The Cheesecake Factory cake has a reputation for excess. Its kids' menu recently included a pasta with Alfredo sauce that delivers 1,810 calories, 200 more than an active 8-year-old needs in a day, according to the authors of the book series Eat This, Not That. The company's shares look pretty rich, too. The Standard & Poor's 500 stock is just shy of climbing back to where it traded 5 years ago, not counting dividends, but Cheesecake stock during that stretch has gained more than 50%. It sells for 18 times this year's earnings forecast, versus 14 times for the 500 index. Fast-growing companies often deserve lofty multiples and high share prices, but Cheesecake is showing its age. Between its 1992 stock market debut and 2007, before the recession hit, the company delivered double-digit revenue growth each year. This year, Wall Street expects its revenues to rise just 3%, despite management's plan to open up to 8 new restaurants by year's end. Next year, management is targeting 8 to 10 openings, but 2 to 3 of those will replace existing locations, according to Credit Suisse analyst Keith Senior. The company has 175 restaurants, including 160 under the Cheesecake Factory name. Assuming it ends the year with 177 restaurants, investors can expect 4% unit growth next year. Add to that whatever sales increase management can squeeze from long-standing restaurants. So far this year, same-store sales have risen 2.2%, to get an idea of what total revenue growth may look like. Cheesecake remains plenty prosperous, with negligible debt and healthy profit margins, and its revenue growth, if slowing, is the least positive, which is more than many U.S. companies can report. The stock comes with a 1.4% dividend, but investors can get more for their money than Cheesecake shares offer in terms of earnings and dividends, just as young diners can get more for their 1,800 calories than that pasta Alfredo brings in terms of nutrition. Darden Restaurants drink comes to mind. It owns the Olive Garden, Red Lobster and Longhorn Steakhouse chains and some others, with more than 2,000 restaurants in total. Its shares are also up more than 50% over the past 5 years. And Darden is no fast grower. However, it has delivered a slightly greater rise in total revenues than Cheesecake Factory over the past 5 years. During the company's current fiscal year, which runs through May, management expects to expand the store count by around 5% while increasing same-store sales by 1% to 2%. There's a big difference in stock valuation between the two restaurateurs. Darden shares sell for just 14 times projected earnings for calendar 2012 or 13 times the current fiscal year forecast. That's a discount of more than 20% to Cheesecake Factory. Darden also wears its slow growth well. It spends more than half its profits on dividends, and the shares yield 3.9%. That's nearly double the S&P 500's yield. And Darden spends generously to buy back its shares. Share repurchases reduce the share count and increase earnings per share, and are designed to make remaining shares more valuable. Over the next 5 years, Darden management's stated goal is to add $3 to $3.65 to earnings per share, near doubling, and to spend $2.9 billion to $3.6 billion on dividends and stock repurchases. The midpoint of those numbers is about half the company's current market value. Stock investors should dig in